so much for taking time to listen to me on my channel. We have been looking at goals. We've talked so much about taking responsibility, believing God, trusting God, and also asking for direction. So in this clip, we're going to be talking about you have to believe you can achieve it. Nobody can believe for you. You are the only one that can believe that you can achieve it. Max Lucado, who is a renowned bestseller, said, I quote, "You weren't an accident. Okay, you weren't a mass production. You were deliberately planned and specifically gifted and lovingly positioned on earth by the master craftsman." Again, he said, you are not an accident. You weren't mass produced. You were deliberately planned and specifically gifted and lovingly positioned on the earth by the master craftsman, which is God. We have to remember that. So when you hear people say, you have to see it before you say it, okay, what they're actually saying is that it's a concept in which you have to see it in your mind's eyes. You have to visualize and believe in something before you can physically see it in manifestation or outward visibility. You have to believe your goals are possible. The mind is such a powerful instrument. It can deliver to you literally, okay, everything you want. But you first have to believe that what you want is possible, and belief is a choice. We talked about choice one is a choice. It is simply a thought that you choose to think over and over and over until it becomes automatic. Okay? When you think about what you want and your goals, you emit a frequency and you cause the energy of that which you want to vibrate at the same frequency. Okay, and that is what brings it to you. Okay, you have to believe and focus on what you want, and when you think about it and feel good about it, you are immediately sending the vibration to yourself, which is very important. I believe when God lays something or a dream or goal in our heart, He knows that within us we have the capability to achieve whatever it is that He has laid on our heart. If God is prompting you and guiding you towards a specific task or purpose, He will also equip you with the necessary abilities and resources to fulfill what He has laid on your heart. I believe if God laid it on your heart, this task on your heart, He would empower you and provide you what's needed, even if it requires a supernatural assistance, training, resources, or guidance through others. You have to replace all your old negative expectations with more positive ones. When you begin to believe that what you want is possible, and with the help of God, your brain actually takes over the job of accomplishing that possibility for you. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I talked about what we call the RAS, RAS, meaning reticular activated system in our brain. It picks up, the information is a filter of what we say is important to us, and it brings it to our possibility. You have to believe this is possible. So if you have a goal or dream, you have to believe it is possible. Napoleon Hill said, and I quote, "You can be anything you want to be if you only believe with sufficient conviction and act in accordance with your faith. For whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." I repeat, Napoleon Hill said, I quote, "You can be anything you want to be if you only believe with sufficient conviction and act in accordance with your faith. For whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." Believe in yourself and go for it. It's not often that what we don't know that holds us back. It is what we know that it's not true that holds us back. Okay? It is always wise to question all your assumptions about how things are done and be open to new possibilities. It's not what we know. It's not what we don't know that holds us back. Always remember that. It is what we know that is not true. That, you have to have connection to be able to do this. You have to have this. You have that. No. It is not what we don't know. It is what we know that is not true. So I thank you so much for taking time to listen to me on my channel. This is Professor Abimbola Komolafe, and do have a winning day.